Good morning.
Morning, Rima. How are things going today?
Good, good. It's the towards the end of the week, but our topic is going to be, I don't know if it's light. I don't think it's light. Popularity versus leadership. When we're at school, you have that student with a boy or a girl who's very popular. So does it mean popular kids are the future leaders? And when we have that person in an organization who's talkative, who speak out in meetings, does it mean that they are themselves leaders? So how can we compare or how can we measure popularity versus leadership?
Not sure how to measure it, but what we do see in the world by just looking around, that somehow popularity seems to have replaced true leadership. I mean, you can be a really good leader, doesn't mean that you're going to be popular. And I think that's a terrible confusion of mixing popularity with leadership because we can be popular for so many different reasons. If you're a girl, you could be the most popular one at school because you're beautiful, you're tall, you're active. Everybody is looking for you. I haven't heard of any uh, popularity for girls at school because they were super smart.
Mm.
And
That
I
they're
just
called
wonder,
nerds.
they call them nerds and they somehow become isolated because nobody wants to associate with them. And I guess, girls are rewarded for being pretty, not for being smart. And this is a real issue. And maybe explains why so many of them shy away from careers in things like STEM, science, technology, math, and finance, and or mathematics. And yeah, they're doing everything to encourage them. However, society as a whole discourages them. What about the guys? What has been your observation about the most popular guys at school? What are they popular for? Sports? I don't know.
Looks, sports, muscles, activities outside school. Yeah, and
I
now
mean,
especially in generation and Gen Z, the popularity is measured by the number of followers that someone has on social media. If somebody has so many followers, which means that, they're influencers, they're famous. Are they leaders? I don't know.
well, the sad truth is that leadership, kind of has become popularity contest. Who's the one that is most liked? And you have to ask yourself, why do people like us? What is the likability? Is it because we are friendly? Is it because we compliment them? Is it because, they want to be associated with us? It doesn't mean that you're a good leader. And I think that's pretty alarming because good leaders sometimes, if they're being fair, if they're looking at the big picture, may not be popular. And a lot of the decisions that they have to make may be highly unpopular. However, it may be in the interest of the company, maybe in the interest of the individual, even the nation. So, what do we do when people confuse these two? How dangerous is that to think that, the most popular is the best? And who is deciding what is the basis of popularity? Is it really an individual decision or is it as a result of advertising and glossy magazines and what is being promoted at the moment?
Hmm.
It alarms me to think so. And I don't know if you remember, but during a few months ago, we launched a survey
Yes.
on why aren't there more female leaders. Tell me a little bit about the status of that, and maybe we can invite some of our listeners to fill it out. Give us some insight.
So this survey addresses so many aspects in women's journey in the workplace, the challenges she faces, the problems that wouldn't allow her to get into leadership positions, because this survey is actually part of a program. we have launched for women. The sad part is that not so many people felt they're interested to fill that survey.
And that's what people are facing worldwide. In the maximum you will find is maybe 25% women in fields that require, you know, high levels of technological or scientific know-how. And in general, the number of women ascending to significant leadership positions is pretty low, even with all the campaigning, because I think there's a counter campaigning. The counter campaigning is about how to stay young and beautiful. And that's what they're rewarded and recognized for. Men
Mm.
are rewarded for success, men are rewarded for achievement and popularity. And I just wonder, what is it that we need to do to attract more women to have the confidence to go into fields which are considered to be truly challenging? You know, fields of engineering, fields of science and technology, and aspiring to become leaders without being fearful that they're going to be, you know, downgraded or not seen as attractive by their peer group. It really is important for us to invite our listeners to fill that
Mm.
survey. Please share your insights with us. It's not a very long survey. The questions in it would be tremendously insightful, not only to us, but to you as you fill it out, because they invite you to think about the reality of your experience. What is it? What have you experienced in your own life?
And the
And it would be
link
valuable.
and the link to this survey will be in the description of this video.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we're happy to offer a free report of the findings as soon as they fill it out. And when we have like a good number statistically to make a report.
yeah. And I think it's worth going into really asking yourself, are we confusing popularity with leadership for men and women? I mean, what is popularity? What does it mean? Who is deciding what popular means? As I said, it scares me, but we're not going to go any deeper into the subject today. Let's see if we have some of our listeners giving us their insights into
Sure.
why there aren't more women leaders where they need to be.